Hey everyone, how's it going? In this video, we're going to be talking about host names and then just how to change it, how to find it, and the files that are related to it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do here is just how do we get the host name? So we can do this like this, and we just type in host name, boom, and that's our host name there. Okay. Now the next thing that we want to do is change it, right? So if we want to change the host name, there are two main ways we can do it. So the first way is going to be host name CTL, and then we can set host name. I think it's set host name like this, and then we're gonna choose the host name. So in this case, we're gonna do server 100. We'll just do 10 example. We'll just do the whole thing like this, example.com like that. Okay, and then now we don't see it immediately, right? But we can go here. And then we just go back, and then well, now we see it. Okay, so let me go back here like this, and now we can see server 10 there. My favorite way of doing it is going to be nmtui like this, and then we just go here to set system host name, and then we can do, now we can just do 100. You see how we don't even have to retype the whole thing. We just go okay. And then because we did it under learner, it's gonna prompt us. Okay. Okay. And then we can just go okay. And then again, Control D. We can just terminal like that. And we go back here. We go a little bigger. And then we can see now that it's server 100. Now, something else that we can do is start looking at some of the files that are important to hostname. So we can cat etc host, and then this file contains the name. Okay, right there. You see that? And then something else that we can do is man5 hostname like this. And then so local hostname configuration file. It even gives you the path as well. Okay. Now, another thing that you can look up is going to be the how did I find that, right? So we can do, what I always like to do is man k, and then put host. I just put host name like this, and this will bring up all manuals that are related to that. So in this case, we can see host name 5. It can also show us the command as well, right? So if you ever get lost on that. And then so something else I wanted to point out is that if you use this, let me see, man host name, if you use this command to set the host name, it won't survive a reboot. So don't use that command. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, another file is the etc host. So for example, if we want to do cat, matter of fact, let's just vi it. So vi etc hosts. Okay. So this file is important because in this case, for example, if we wanted to go to server 2, but we didn't want to use the IP address, we would put the IP address with the name of the server, or the host name of the server here. And that's why host is important, that file. So you can edit that file directly. We'll just quit here. And then the resolve as well. Let's go to that one, resolve.conf. And here, so here our DNS server, for example, is going to be this address. So that's where you put the DNS server. And if you don't know what a DNS server is, this is a good time to do some research and kind of look up some of that Network Plus knowledge that we need. Last thing is going to be, why are host names important? And I have here IPv4 and IPv6 addresses are really difficult for humans to remember. So we assign host names to computer like a name tag. It is like when we save a phone number and then we add it, we add a name to the phone number instead of trying to remember the phone number. So that's it for this lab. It's tremendously useful because it's going to come up again when we try to use like a SSH command with a host name instead of using, so I'll just show you. So before, when we wanted to SSH somewhere, we would put like the user, right, root, and then we would put like 192.168.1.1, and then like SSH that way. But if we wanted to, we can do server 2 like this, and that's just a lot more easier to remember. And it's also a good thing too, because if we have something, a situation where we want to bind to multiple IP addresses, or we got to share it with someone, it's difficult to remember the IP address all the time. So that's what I mean by it's going to come up in other commands as well. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.